Using Park Assist inside of the Volvo EX30 and other Volvo vehicles is a very straightforward process. In order to use it inside of the infotainment system, if you pull up your application tray, you're just going to pull up your camera settings, and then that's going to give you access to your 360 camera. But you can see here, it's also giving us the option for scanning for slots. If it doesn't say that, there's going to be a little P button with an assist icon underneath. You're just going to tap that and then just follow the directions on screen. So let's go ahead and pull out in just a second here. Here we go. And you have to drive nice and slow, because if you're driving too fast, the Park Assist system is not going to work. So on streets like this, nice and easy, just going nice and slow. And eventually, doesn't pick up every space, but it will pick up spaces. And when it does, it finds a space, or you find a space that you like. There we go. You're just going to tap the brake. You're going to highlight whatever space you'd like to, release the brake, and then hands off the steering wheel, foot off the gas and the brake, and the car is doing everything. So it's going to take every other obstacle. So you see there, a person's illegally passing us right now, so it took that into account. It's taking everything into account there. So it's using all the sensors as necessary in order to pull you back into that spot perfectly. A little bit closer than my liking, but at the same time, it stopped before hitting the car, which is the important part. And then it's just going to pull you forward until it perfectly gets you into the center of that spot. Look at that. Nice and simple, automatically throws you into Park 2. So really straightforward there. And from here, you've also got the flexibility of using Park Assist in order to do a Park Assist out, so parallel out. So when you're stopped, you've started your car up again, you're just going to tap that little assist button, and it's recognized now we can't go off to the right side, so it's going to get us to go off to the left. You have to make sure your foot's on the brake, because if it's not, that is going to go away. So you just have to tap the start icon there, and it's going to take a second there. Same idea, hands off the steering wheel, off the gas and the brake, and the car is pulling me out of the space. Nice and simple. I could have done it myself, but it's nice to know that if things are a little bit tighter, you can rely on the car to do it for you. And you can overtake this at any point in time. So it's turning the wheel for me. If you wanted to, you could take over the steering wheel, take over the gas and the brake, and just start driving yourself. So let's go ahead. So it's put me in a park for some reason. That should be in drive. And there we go. So now we've got the parallel park system done. And let's go ahead and find a space for perpendicular parking. Using perpendicular park assist is just as simple. So you're just going to tap on the camera icon there and start driving forward, again, nice and slow, so that the vehicle can pick up all of the spots, because if you're going too fast, it just won't work. And there are a bunch of spaces open right now. It doesn't pick up every space, that's one thing. So yeah, there are a boatload of spaces open. It's not picking them all up. So at this point, there we go. So we've got a few spaces, so you could tap whatever you'd like to. So I'm actually gonna do one right next to me here, because it should be a bit more challenging. So all you're gonna do, foot off the gas and the brake, hands off the steering wheel. Nice. So I wasn't sure what it was going to do, because I was right next to a space there, but it pulled me forward enough so that it can then back up. Perpendicular parallel parking, it does take a little bit longer than doing it yourself, but if you've got mobility issues, tighter spaces, or just don't feel like parking, you've got the flexibility of using the car's systems in order to do it. Though the parking assist systems are not standard across the board inside of the Volvo lineup, but it is a pretty useful setting, so it can help out with both parallel and perpendicular parking. Now, here's one. Oh, I was gonna, okay, so it stopped me here. This is the one downside. So it stopped me, and as you can see here, let's pull the camera back up again. I am nowhere close to being as far back as I can go. So just gonna do a tiny little manual adjust myself. And I have noticed that in the perpendicular parking specifically, is sometimes it gets you a little bit too close to the car next to you. Other times it doesn't back up completely into the space. But as a general rule of thumb, it gets you most of the way there for the perpendicular system. You just have to make sure you're going nice and slow, because watch this. We've got the camera going, and let's do Park Assist now. And it's scanning for slots, but watch when I go too fast. Slow down in order to enable Park Assist. So you do have to go a little bit slower in order for Park Assist to work. But if you want full walkthroughs on the infotainment system, the steering wheel buttons, things like that, you'll find those down in the description. But that's how you use Park Assist inside of Volvo vehicles.